Alright, and we are live. Let's go. Alright, let me get this all set up here real quick. Sign into chat, naturally. Alright. Let's make sure I can do moderation just in case. So it wants me to do it here. That makes no sense. Can I do it? I really can't. Okay. But I can see the chat, so we're cool. I can moderate just in case. Alright, welcome everybody. This is my second stream ever for this channel, for this brand that I have here. I've streamed before, but, you know, Roxy's ramblings, that sort of thing. Why won't it just do it naturally? So there is an upcoming stream. It's right now. It's what we have right now. And thank you all for joining me today. Whether you're watching later after the fact or you're watching right now as we speak, thank you for joining. I did start a few minutes early just in case. And, excuse me, I am still sick. Mostly just sinuses right now. I'm feeling a lot better than I have been over the past few days, so thank you for all the well wishes there and everything. But yeah, I may still snuffle, may not sound amazing, and I may, if I mute my microphone, it's because I have to sneeze or cough or whatever. So, like right now. So forgive me for that sort of thing. Today we're going to be doing something similar to what I did yesterday, which was a 5-hour-long stream with Mr. Adult, which is one of my followers. Very cool guy. And yeah, so thank you so much to Mr. Adult yesterday for keeping me entertained and questioned and everything for that long. And today, here we go. With this one, you will actually be able to watch the VOD of I thought you were going to be able to for the one yesterday, but I forgot to hit the switch, so yeah. Anyway, here we are, and I have a few things to talk about today. Obviously, first of all, today was the very unfortunate passing of James Earl Jones. I think we all knew that, you know, he was getting older. You know, we all know it's going to happen to people, but you don't expect it to happen so soon, or whenever it does. And his death is an extreme loss to anyone nerdy, really, but especially major Star Wars fans like myself. So, if you would, in honor of James Earl Jones, and his passing, please drop your favorite or what you think is the best Darth Vader line in the chat now, or in the comments if you're watching this as a VOD. And with that said, with that started, let's go ahead and open World Box, which I promised you guys. It's one of my favorite games. We're going to start World Box and get into the world that I was playing last night with Mr. Adult watching. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and put out a message to everyone. All right. What do you mean the tutorial bear? Hold on. What's with this? It wouldn't even full screen properly. Is my Steam not open or something? No, Steam's open. Why do you want me to do the tutorial? Why are you not full screening correctly? Hold on. There we go. There, okay. I don't want to do the tutorial bear. Okay. Here's the one. So it's 6,667 years old. Very old. I've played it for many hours. I have over 100 hours on this game. I'm going to load the world. And this is as I said yesterday, this is a post-apocalyptic world that I have nuked. I am an evil god, and I have nuked it several times. But they sort of bounced back yesterday. You know, it was mainly this valley here, or whatever, this strip of land, this Denmark, that was populated. But now we have over 1,000 real-world people existing, though a third of the population is infected with either a zombie virus or the plague, like the bubonic plague. I think it's a zombie virus. Definitely a zombie virus. So a third of the population is infected with that, but they are getting along pretty nicely. 3 major kingdoms here, with multiple cities for each one, and one even spans 2 different continents. So that's pretty impressive. And this did used to be a world that was all set up into boxes like this, so you can get in between the boxes. But yeah, and oh boy, this place is no, those are people. Okay, I thought they were zombies. Nope, that's a human civilization. So anyway, so we're basically just gonna let that sit. I'm not gonna do too much to it, except for speed up the time. I will mess with it occasionally, but not too much. And that'll be the background for you guys. Alright, so I have a few things to talk about today, as I mentioned. And I will pull them up. And if you guys have any questions, or you want to steer the conversation a certain way, let me know in the chat, and I will definitely steer it that way. You know? Just depends. Depends on what you guys want. Let me pull up my list here. So, yeah, the first talking point that I want to address is Transformers 1. That's a new movie that's coming out. Oh, and if my audio is not good, or, you know, I need to mess with it or something, just let me know. I messed with it a little bit before I started the stream, but if it's too loud, too quiet, just let me know in the chat, and I'll fix it. Yeah, so Transformers 1 is a new movie, Transformers movie, newest Transformers movie since last year, actually, so putting out one a year is kind of crazy. Though this does seem to be in a different continuity and a very different context than the previous movie, Rise of the Breasts, as I call it, or Rise of the Beasts, as it's known to real reviewers and Transformers fans. I liked that movie, and Bumblebee. I saw Bumblebee as well, and I liked it, but I'm not a huge fan of the new movies. I like their designs, the G1 inspired designs and that sort of thing, but I don't know. I still prefer all the shows, Transformers Prime, and you know, really most of the shows. I much prefer those to the movies, any of the movies really. But this is the first animated Transformers movie we're getting in quite some time. Possibly since 1986. Don't quote me on that, but it could be. And of course, it's totally different animation. It's CGI, 3D rendered animation. But animation nonetheless. And the animation part of it looks spectacular. I applaud all the animators and the graphic designers and everything working on Transformers 1, because it is pretty cool. But story-wise, actor-wise, stuff like that, I don't know, man. Scarlett Johansson as what was it, Alita 1? Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime. I mean, you got some weird names for Transformers. But I'm not going to judge it too harshly before I actually see it, so on probably the 20th, maybe a few days after, I will be seeing it in the theater once, and I will give you my spoiler-free review on League of Comic Geeks, so stick around for that. A lot of people have been clowning on it. I don't think it's that bad, and I think comedy certainly can be in Transformers, but I don't know. Remains to be seen whether they can pull it off or not. That's really all I've got to say for that. Also, I've been watching a lot of Paramount Plus, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they've been advertising the newest season of Transformers Earthspark. I believe it's season 2. I think it looks bad. Other than the Transformers themselves, the Cybertronians rather, I think it looks pretty bad, and I don't plan to watch it. But if I run out of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to watch, or I just get really bored and curious about the new show, I might watch season 1. But from my Transformers friend, who is way more up on the lore and stuff than me, he says it sucks. So, we shall see. We shall see. So with that, I will get to another point on here. Let me see. What do I want to do? Probably, I should probably talk about the future videos and schedule for this channel. So, obviously, I disappeared for a month. I'm sorry about that. Multiple reasons why. Mainly work. But there were some other reasons as well. Lack of motivation, and that sort of thing. But I'm back, and I should be hopefully posting one video per week on this channel, which is what I was doing previously, so just returning to form, basically. What will that entail? Well, just today at noon, so after this live stream, go watch that. I just put up a new video, What's in My Collection, Episode 5, Batman Part 1. Start to dive into my extensive Batman collection, and by extensive I mean it takes up about a third of the comics I own. I love Batman, and his stuff is easy to collect, so I have a lot of it. So we go over, I don't know, dozens of Batman comics in that under 15-minute video, so check that out if that sounds interesting to you. Next week, most likely part 2 of that will be coming out. No, not part 2. No, that comes out 2 weeks or 3 weeks from now. My bad. Next week, I dive into my Damian Wayne comics, that is Robin 5. That's the sort of thing that I'll be doing next week. That's episode 6. And then episode 7 is Batman Part 2. So if you're interested in that sort of thing, yeah, that's where we'll be going. So after that, I do have a short series, and by short I mean it's over an hour and a half long, with across all three videos. It's a concept that I'm stealing from Not Real Name, No Not At All, which she is a FNAF YouTuber who I hold in very high regard. I watch all of her videos, and you should too if you're interested. And she put out a FNAF Hunger Games series. It's not very realistic, and it's a random number generator, basically. But it's fun. And so she did it with the FNAF animatronics, and I said, hey, I can do the same thing, but with Batman characters. So I used the Bat Fam and Extended Bat Fam and put myself in there just for kicks. And I ran the simulation 3 times, and it's over an hour and a half long for all 3 Hunger Game things. And the results may surprise you, mostly because it's an RNG, but, you know. It was fun. It was fun to make. Hopefully it'll be fun to edit. And, yeah, so that'll be coming out in the next few months at the very least. Again, 1 video a week, and that's a 3-part series, so even though they're longer videos, they will be coming out weeks to weeks. Fergus McQueen, I recognize you from the league. I forget your name on the league, but welcome. And I thought your profile picture was Jinx. That's pretty funny. So, hello. Favorite Damien story has absolutely got to be Joshua Williamson and Gleb Melnikov's run on Damien. That is the Robin 2021 series. I love it. I own all 3 volumes. I even own number 1, which is the first appearance of Nika, and you know that's my favorite. So, you know, the Robin series, I could talk about it at length, but yeah, it's one of my favorite comic series of all time, honestly. And if you haven't read it, I would highly recommend it. I think it's still free on Comixology if you have that, and it came out just a few years ago, so you can probably find it in the back issue bins of your LCS if you dig for it or if you ask for it. But yeah, lots of people don't like Joshua Williamson's Damian Wayne Robin, but personally I'm a big fan. Also, Horrible Clash has ended, and it looks like it wasn't a white peace, but all 3 of the kingdoms are still surviving. Let's see how the... Okay, so much more of the population and just about as many are infected. Interesting. Basically, the humans are winning against the zombies, but they don't seem to be doing too well, especially since meteors keep falling from the sky and hitting their settlements. That's not fun. Jordan Hamilton. I guess that's Mr. Adult. Yo, it's the creator of Boy Crisis. That's a thing from yesterday. Boy Crisis himself gracing the chat. Welcome. Welcome, Mr. Adult. Very happy to see you back here. As a crazy time we had yesterday, and I'm really sorry that I didn't think to hit the VOD thing. Afterwards, it didn't show up, and I'm like, oh no, I didn't hit the switch, did I? And I looked it up, and sure enough, I didn't hit the switch. So, very sorry about that. Ooh, Ruwa. When was that settled? Ruwa? Really? Okay. It's only like 1 or 2 years old. Huh. Interesting, there's a population thing there. Very interesting. 9 out of 7 houses. Not good. Not good. So yeah, it was just founded. Fupa. Very interesting. And this is not Twitch, so I can cuss as much as I want on here. Not that I'm going to, but just be aware. I mean, I haven't yet, but I certainly did yesterday, so just be aware. There may be... don't show this to your kids, basically. Watch if you're an adult. Not that it's going to be explicit or that I'm going to, you know, cuss a whole lot, but just be aware. If that's not something you're comfortable with, just be aware. Ooh, it looks like we got a 4th kingdom, a red kingdom. I'm excited about that. Thank you to everyone who's watching me right now. This is the biggest live stream I've ever done right now with all 3 viewers. I know that's not very impressive, but across any of my channels, this is the biggest one I've had. I'm glad I can grow a following and that people are actually interested. And feel free to say hi. That 3rd person who's watching, feel free to say hi. I'll give you a shout out here. And if you guys have any questions or you want me, like I said earlier, to steer the conversation in a certain direction, just let me know. And I'll see what I can do. Like, I'm not the only one talking. Let me pull up my list here again. I forgot that YouTube is the only platform I'm not Mr. Adult, but if anyone from the league is here, I'm Mr. Adult. Yep, that's Mr. Adult. I hope you're okay with your legal name being displayed for us, because it is. I can see it. I think I knew your name was Jordan before that, but yeah. Hi, Jordan. Hi, Mr. Adult. I'll try to refer to you as Mr. Adult. So yeah, that's the future videos and schedule. So 1 video a week, hopefully, maybe, if this gets popular enough, I'll start live streaming once a week, or more. Hopefully, if that's possible, if it fits into my schedule. I have a pretty busy schedule coming up pretty soon with tons of things. I'm going all around Appalachia to a ton of different festivals and I was about to say carnivals, not carnivals, festivals. Definitely festivals, not carnivals, and movies and stuff like that. I'm going to see Beetlejuice 2, I'm going to see Transformers 1. I'm going to work on the house that I'm moving into, and we're finally going to be able to actually start moving in for real. The living room will be usable. I'll be able to move stuff into my bedroom, which is crazy to think about. You know, I haven't been able to be over there. I'm currently at the previous house because I'm like half living there, half living here. Like I sleep at the place, my childhood home, but then like I'm half living there, so like half of my stuff is over there. My laptop for school is over there. So if I want to do schoolwork, I have to go over to the other house. It's weird. It's weird. And hopefully that'll get cleared up soon because we're working on the house. So yeah, so the future videos and schedule, I gave you a sneak peek. We're going with Robin 5, then back to Batman, and I'll sneak in the FNAF, FNAF Hunger Games, except it's the Bat Fam. That's what it is. It's the Hunger Games. I think I neglected to mention that. It's the Hunger Games. It's a Battle Royale, you know, like the movie Battle Royale. And it's an RNG, so it's a fun time. I think you'll enjoy it. If not, leave a dislike. I see those too, you know. They discourage me, but they're there, so... So that's what's coming up. And then after that, I know I've been putting off the Spider-Gwen video. I told you it was coming out like 3 months ago or something. If you guys really want me to do that, I can do some research on it, but mostly just my lack of knowledge and not wanting to make claims about Marvel that might get me in trouble. Yeah. That's where that's going. It's just my lack of, not motivation, but imposter syndrome about it, because I know so much about Spider-Gwen and her original series. I have it all collected, and I was reading it when it was coming out, but I haven't read it since then, so it's been like 6 years since I've read that, and it's, I don't know, it's just... We'll have to see. We'll have to see how the video goes. But if you guys really want me to put that out, then I'll start reading some of the current stuff and get to the comics that I do have of hers and then sell them and that sort of thing. You know, clear out some of my collection there. Well, since Robin is peak, what did you think of Dark Crisis? I actually didn't read Dark Crisis. Sue me. No, I read a few of them. I've read Tales of the Dark Multiverse. That's what I read. I read most of the ones of those, starting with Azrael, because I have a soft spot for Azrael. If you know me, you know I have a soft spot for Azrael. So, how I feel about it, I think it's a stupid idea, and it's certainly a stupid name, but I haven't actually read it myself. I know I'm a very small fan of Batman Who Laughs, as in I hate him, I think he's dumb, and the only ones that I like are from the comics, as in the, what is it, Batman, I want to say 256, I know it's not 256, it could be 246, anyway, the one where he gets sprayed with Joker gas or something like that. The only thing that I can think of, he's in the blue and gray suit, and he's laughing with dark shading over his cowl. That's the panel I remember from it. I love that issue. I've read it. I love that issue. And the sort of possible origins, as Casually Comics, Sasha Wood pointed out, the potential origins to Scott Snyder's Batman Who Laughs is from the... I forget what it's called. It's not called Batman Who Laughs, but the Batman 2004 episode, where Batman gets sprayed with Joker venom and starts to go insane, and Joker takes on role as Batman. Love that episode. Of course, that's one of my favorite shows of all time, and it's my favorite Batman adaptation ever. So, of course, I'm going to love it. But, you know, I do love that interpretation, and for an episode, it's one of... it's one of the best episodes of that show. Honestly, or at least that season. Season 2, I believe that happened in. Very dark. It scarred me as a child, in a good way. But the actual character in the comics, Batman Who Laughs, I'm not a fan. And I know he's a big part of... I have read number 1 of that, and I hate it. I don't think Batman Who Laughs could solo the Bat Fam and kill them all. I don't think so. It just doesn't make sense, and I think it's unnecessary, but... All the respect to Scott Snyder, of course. I'm a fan of Scott Snyder in general. So yeah. She thinks Dark Crisis is the second best DC event, right behind 52 BC. Yeah, you are lying. Specifically, though, I'll point out with your comment there that that's a reference to something that happened yesterday. That I wasn't joking, but I was talking about the naming convention. Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths, I think, is probably the worst name of a crisis that we've ever had. The best one being either Crisis on Infinite Earths or Identity Crisis. And Infinite Crisis is also one of the worst. But that's purely based on the names, not based on the content. Because I haven't read most of the crises, believe it or not. So, woohoo, I'm very anti-Batman Who Laughs. Yeah, me too. I'm not anti-Scott Snyder, I am anti-Batman Who Laughs. I think him being added to Fortnite is kind of hilarious, but I'm also anti-Fortnite, so that's a topic for maybe later in this stream. Oh man, we're almost half an hour in already. Time flies, man. Our world here, let me see, what kingdom is this? Ashion is the capital. Kingdom Holy Ochim. We are sorrow. That sounds like something Venom would say when he's like, I messed up. We are sorrow. Or is that just me? Am I just being stupid, or do you agree? Anyway, let's get to the next thing on the list. So the thing that's going to take up the most time is I have ranking Spider-Man shows, which I teased yesterday, but I'm not sure we'll get to that today. Or if you guys are interested in that. That is animated shows. Actually, I don't think there's any live-action shows, so yeah, just shows. I also have on here talking about my opinions on DC All In, if you're interested in that, or Lois Lane's Superwoman, and what that could mean for the comics in general. My thoughts on it, rather. Comics I'm pulling, Rings of Power Season 2, even though I haven't watched it. I have some words. Or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff, various things in that. Which do you guys prefer to the two people who are watching? Let me know out of those which I should talk about next, or anything you want me to talk about. I see. Talking about All In, yeah, that's also on the list. I've remembered to add that to the list today. So my thoughts on All In, as I said shortly, my thoughts on All In are, the short version is I'm pulling like 5 titles of it. I'll see how many titles I'm actually pulling. But I am hesitant, but relatively excited for it. The main figureheads, I'll say, of it are Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson, and I respect both of them. I read a lot of their comics, and I'm a fan. When I say TMNT, do I mean Aaron's run? No, but I have read the first issue, and if you want to hear my thoughts about it, I can talk about that. I mean the shows and the games, specifically. Also, we're having a nice little civil war here. Ashion looks like it might be wiped off the map. That would be unfortunate. How old is Ashion? Oh, it's just getting taken over. Oh, Ashion's not that old. Oh, right, it got founded yesterday. Yeah, duh. It's not that old. Well, the capital's been taken away. The, Ochim is being taken over. Looks like the Yellows are the new powerhouse. It used to be the Greys, and the Greys aren't doing so well now. But it looks like the Yellows are the new powerhouse. They just got their second continent conquered. Or the second... They have an outpost on the second one. You know what? Screw it. Let's do a world war. I'm evil. World war. Let me see. What are the laws? So... People don't need food to live anymore. And let's do... Let's see what the wars are right now. Look at this, look at this. So they're at war with everyone. They're at war with just one kingdom. So let's have them go to war with everyone else. They're at war with almost everyone. They're at war with everyone. There. I think we just started a world war, which was my goal. So there we go. World war. We'll see who comes out on top. Oh, I didn't even notice them. They get away scot-free because I don't care. They get away scot-free. Anyway. Alright, let's see. So that'll be entertaining. Now we see who wins. One war already ended. I just saw that, but we'll see what happens now. Alright. So what am I pulling for, DC All In. So, naturally I'm pulling Absolute Batman, because it's Scott Snyder. Skyder Batman. And I'm pulling Absolute Superman, which is also Aaron. Not TMNT, but it's still Aaron. And then, and those are just because I'm going to report on them and give my opinions as soon as they come out. And naturally, people will scrutinize me for it, but I'll get more popularity, and that's what it's really all about, right, guys? Not really, but you know what I mean. Popularity doesn't hurt. Then I will be picking up the new Batgirl run, which I'm relatively excited for. Who's writing that, though? Tate Brumball is writing with artist Takeshi Miyazawa on art. Very cool name. Never heard of either of them, so I don't know anything about them or their stuff. I'll also be picking up, naturally, Batman and Robin, as I have been. I'll just continue with that. I'll be picking up at least the new issue of Nightwing, that is 119. I'll be picking up issue 69, nice, of Catwoman, and I will also be picking up Superman going forward. I don't know if I'm going to be continuing on with Catwoman, but I will be continuing on with Superman, which I haven't been picking up issues of concurrently for months now. I will be getting the House of Brainiac. I've read some of House of Brainiac, but I'll be getting the trade paperback of it in October when that releases, and finish reading through Volume 2, which I have in my possession currently, and then reading that, and then moving on to the current Superman stuff. I don't read Action Comics. I haven't ever read Action Comics, but I will read Superman. I'm a fan. So, that means I'll be picking up 7 different titles from All In, at least the first issue of each one. I don't know if I'll stay concurrently with all of them, but yeah. Currently, I only plan on committing to Nightwing, Batgirl, and JLU. I'm going to try all the absolutes, but I don't know how much I love them, to be honest. Yeah, I was gonna get Wonder Woman as well, but then they released how she looks, and she looks like a raider from Fallout, and that's not my vibe. I don't think that, so I'm not doing it. I'm not doing that. Let's see how we're doing on zombies. Oh, less than ever. Wow. Zombie apocalypse has almost been completely avoided. Yeah, JLU looks good, and honestly, I don't care that the Justice League disappeared for years, because, like, it did not affect me in the slightest. But since they've disappeared, I've barely been reading any comics. I just got into it end of last year again, so, you know, it hasn't affected me. So their return doesn't really feel like much to me, but invoking the name of the Justice League Unlimited comes with it some major expectations. And we'll see if they can live up to it. Now I believe it is Dan Mora doing the art, so in that respect, unless he, like, is sleep deprived or something, the art will live up to it, to the name. But I don't know if the writing or the story will. Remains to be seen. But I will not be picking that up, so I will be reading about it from other people like yourself. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Nightwing, I'm going to try to commit to on a monthly basis, but that hasn't been going well for me so far. With Taylor's run, I've read some of it, but not very much of it, like the current stuff, I mean. We talked about this yesterday, but you know. And the absolute stuff, yeah, I'm not picking up Wonder Woman. I will be picking up Superman and Batman, at least the first issue of them. I don't know if I'm going to like them. If I don't in the first issue, I'm not continuing on with it. I may report on it some or read it, but I'm not going to keep buying it. But yeah, I am going to keep trying to buy Nightwing and hopefully buy more Batgirl, but I don't know how much my budget will allow, especially since I'm about to fully move out here. You know, I'm already tight on money. But I do have a nice arrangement with basically $15 in trade credit, so that's about, 3 comics or so, give or take, for, quote, free. I'm still working for it, but I don't have to pay cash for it, so that helps. But that's still 3 titles, and I'm already committed to 1. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see. It all depends on the quality of that first issue for each of them. But, yeah, we'll see. Also, 11 people, I don't know. They didn't say they were going to join the stream, but I really thought more people would join the stream. Not that I'm disappointed with the people who are here, but, you get what I mean. But, yeah, anyway. So, do you want my thoughts further on DC All In? Because I'm sure there's more to say. I've watched the interviews with Scott Snyder. I watched the announcement when it came out, and I'm keeping up to date with news, but I'm not all in, I'm partly in. Yeah. Oh, there's so many series I have to read that I hope are bad so that I can quit them. So many. And they're usually not. They're usually just okay. Or pretty good. And I'm like, oh man. There's 3 to 5 different Spider-Man series that I want to read right now. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. That ranges from Ultimate Spider-Man to Slot's Spidey. No, sorry, Spider-Man, not Spidey. To Spidey, to Miles Morales Spider-Man, the BMB one. Bendis is coming, that one. And something else too. There's something else, another Spider-Man one. Oh, Big Time. I'm reading Big Time. I wanted to read Ultimate. I'm like, gotta read Ultimate. And then I'm like, the original, I mean. And then I'm like, no, I want to read Ultimate. But I'm like, no, Big Time is Amazing Spider-Man, so I know I'm gonna like it. It's Slot, I think. And it's well loved by fans, and it's just 5 issues or whatever. I'm just gonna read it and be done with it. And it is a slog. I mean, it's good art, it's decent writing, but it's just a slog to get through it right now because I want to read Ultimate. So, yeah, I'm just not too happy about that. Sorry, Sasha, I am definitely not all in. Me too. I love Scott Snyder, especially the man himself. Seems like a really nice guy. And he's like, we just want to say, how cool comics are, just in general, all the comics. It's where the best stories are made. It's just, we're all in. And I'm like, I wish I could be with you, man. I wish I could, but half of these books probably aren't going to do very well, and you're going to cancel them. It's an initiative, it's not a reboot. Thank the gods. But, it's not, I'm not all in. Yeah. I am more than dipping my toes in. But I'm not all in. I'm about halfway, or maybe a third of the way in, up to my waist in. Yeah, no, not all in. Not jumping into that pool. Too much money. But the white covers look great. I'm a fan. Yeah, I recently had to drop a few series that I like, but are either just pretty good or not great, or I've just been following them for so long that I have enough issues. Can't relate to that, man. Have enough issues. If I go for a series, I'm trying to go for either just a few of them or all of them. Just an arc or all of them. The Nightwing series, I'm going to collect all of them, whether in trade paperback form or in single issues. I mean, the Chuck Dixon run, that sort of thing. Robin, Chuck Dixon, I'm doing all issues, single issues, no trades, etc., etc. And I have the whole Williamson run, trades, that sort of thing. Anything I'm not getting monthly, I definitely plan to get trade for, so in that sense I'm all in eventually. Yeah, that's fair. I guess you are all in. I'm not even planning on reading everything from All In, so that's why I say I am not, but you are, eventually. You can say you're all in. Yeah, you can. If you're gonna get it all and read it all. That's all in, yeah. I'm not making that commitment. I don't do things like the Ultimate Challenge, so... Definitely not all in this case. Do you want me to talk about Jason Aaron's TMNT? Because I read the first issue. I own it. I mean, my review's up right now. You can read it if you want. But I do have a few things to say with it. Especially since I've been going back and watching a lot of the shows. I have a few things to say, but... Only if you're interested. Seems like you're the only one who's sticking around with me today as well, which is also insane. 2 days in a row sticking with me. You're insane. But thank you. Give me just a second here. See, I plan to get them eventually, but dropping series is super low stakes to me because I have a secondhand store near me. I swear there's going to be just one guy who buys issues and immediately sells them. So I just often buy issues. I skip a month or two later. That's fair. The LCS I work at is so far behind on putting things up. Like, I am the only one who puts things up that, like, Shazam number 10... was the newest issue for like a year, I think. No, not a year. It hasn't been around for that long, but for months. Hi, George. Hi. Welcome to watching me. Still says there's one viewer, so I guess you're not watching. No, I'm just playing. It's just not accurate. What's up? Nothing much. We're just chatting about comics right now. We could chat about anything, but we're chatting about comics. What was I saying? Yeah, so for a lot of secondhand stuff, like if I miss an issue, like I just picked up cover A of X-Men number 2 last week. Oh, sorry, and I just got it for cover price. It's not too bad. So I can usually get back issues if I can find the damn things. Organization is non-existent at this place. Which is why I'm working there. But, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, if I can find back issues, I could do that, but sometimes, it's just totally lost in the sauce. Yeah. So, let's chat about TMNT. I grew up with them and read issue number 1 of Aaron's run last month. Yeah, as did I. As did I, for that whole comment. So... I liked it, but the more I think about it, the less I do. Nothing against Jason Aaron, but it's certainly an interesting direction to take it. I haven't read any IDW TMNT, and so to jump in, because it's a new number 1, so I jumped into it expecting no context needed. And jumping into it, it just really didn't grab me, for one thing, focusing entirely on Raphael. And Raphael is one of my favorite turtles, if not my favorite turtle. I mean, he's my profile picture on Paramount Plus. You don't do that unless you like the character. So I'm not saying like it's Donnie or something, but no shade to Donnie. That's a joke. Um, but focusing in an entire issue on him breaking out of jail is, I mean, when you can sum up a single issue in a single sentence, I don't think that makes for a very good issue in general. Like my boss, who works at the comic shop, I was like, "Did you read Jason Aaron's TMNT, at least #1?" And she was like, "No, what's it about?" And I'm like, "Raphael breaks out of jail." And she like spit out her drink, and she's like, "Really? You said it so casually." I'm like, "Yeah, I mean that's what happens. Like I haven't been keeping up with it, and he's in jail, and then he breaks out of jail. It's just Prison Break or The Escapists to me. You know, it's just normal. You know, he just breaks out of jail. I don't know why he's there, and it seems like he could have gotten out a little easier, but it was hinted at like he's undercover or something in the jail, which you could do something with that. But really, as a turtle, really, like that seems like more a thing for Prison Break. Like I don't get it. It really didn't captivate me. It didn't capture me, and I think it's a weird place to start for a new #1, especially because #1s are meant to bring in people that haven't been reading it. Like, I didn't read 150. I could. There's tons of copies of them that I've put in boxes and shipped off to another store, and that sort of thing. And there's still some that I'm keeping on the wall just in case anybody wants them. But I haven't read 150 or Road to 150 and that sort of thing. I put those away too. So it's just, you know, I'm just kind of lost. Of course, I'm familiar with the characters, but I'm kind of lost. And I just, I don't care. I don't care so much. I just don't care. I have no attachment to the Turtles from Mighty W. No history with them whatsoever, and so I'm not keeping up with it. No disrespect to IDW, great company, but yeah. Yeah, feel free to post on your YouTube soon. Maybe we can do a collab sometime. That would be great. And I didn't see your post about your bad day, but I'm sorry you had a bad day. I'm sure I'll get to it later if you remind me or if I remember. And let's not focus on that. Let's focus on comics. If you want to focus on comics, we'll do that. I'm totally cool with that. So yeah, I rated it 4 stars if I remember correctly. And you can read my specific thoughts about the issue. I'm talking more generally here about the state of the franchise when it comes to comics. Or at least the mainline series. I know there's plenty of other ones as well. But really just didn't grasp me. And I didn't come back for #2 this month. And I'm not subscribed to it. I was pulling it on the League, not in real life. I just picked up #1. But I didn't even get to it right away. Just the cover, even the cover didn't grasp me. So yeah, I'll go back to reading Black, White, and Green. I started reading #1 and then gave it up, but some of the short stories in that really caught my attention, and I really keep going back to them, and so I want to continue that series. And I'm also thinking about Until Destiny of the Foot Clan, but I'm not sure what I need to read before it. But that focuses a lot on Karai, of course. I mean, she's on the cover of #1. It has to focus on Karai. And I'm on a Karai craze, if you don't know. So, anything Karai, I'm all for. But I haven't picked that up myself, and it's old enough now that I'm not sure I could find it if I wanted to. So... Saturday Morning Adventures, I read I think it's 2022 one, because there's a reboot that's ongoing now. There's a ton of different issues. I think they're kind of serial, or not serial, episodic. I always get those two mixed up. The one that it's just like single issues, like full stories, you know what I mean. Yeah, I could pick those up, but I just don't want to, really? I don't know. I just see them, and I just get annoyed because I have to put so many on the wall. It's just, I don't know, it's that sort of thing. Makes you not want to read it as much when you have to deal with it so much, you know? I don't know if that's just me. But yeah, but I read the first issue. I got it free comic book day. First issue of, I think, the previous series, and I liked it. It was like 4 stars or something. It was fun. It reminds me of the '87 show, except it makes more sense and has better art. And yeah, I'd read another issue if it was free, but it's not. I don't think. And I have bigger fish to fry. That's the main thing. It's all about time management when it comes to really life in general, but especially reading comics, especially these days that I'm so busy. It's all about time management, something I'm not super good at with my ADHD brain and everything. So, even now I just remembered I haven't put in my medicine or anything, the request for my medicine, which is not good. It's not good, I need to do that. But, you know. So yeah, I haven't been keeping up with TMNT comics very well. At least I tried to, but I have been watching the shows a lot more. So I think those are my thoughts on the. Interesting. I think those are my thoughts on the comics, all the ones that I have. Or at least the new comics. I have been reading the original series, Eastman and Laird, in the original black and white, so I could talk about that a little bit. I've only read the first 6 issues. Well, the first 6 issues plus Raphael, #1, but, you know. That's a different topic. We can get to that if you guys want, but only if you want. So the main stuff for TMNT, if we're continuing on with that, the main thing I wanted to talk about there was surrounding the games and the shows. There's a new game coming out next month, which I just found out about, which is pretty interesting, actually. And I forget what it's called. It's called... now I gotta look it up. Mutants Unleashed, yeah, and it's in the Mutant Mayhem continuity. Dubiously Tales of continuity, but that show seems to be sort of outside of continuity. I mean, it seems like, I haven't finished it, but it seems like it's entirely, that show is entirely contained within the comic book of Leonardo, like the comic book that he's making. In the Mutant Mayhem universe, and I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know if I like it or not. But it's a very interesting direction to take it, because it's totally different art, totally different animation, but different character designs, but similar character designs to Mutant Mayhem. So it's a very weird decision they took with that show, and then to make a game not on that show, coming out concurrently with the show, but in the movie continuity, different from the show. It's very odd. It's very odd to do that. It's not necessarily a bad idea, but it is odd. And so the game seems to be either taking plot points from the movie, or being a sort of quasi-sequel to the movie, like the Cars games, if you know what I'm talking about there. So that's weird. It's weird. And I'm not sure why they did that. I just found out about the game when I went to GameStop the other day, looking for Gang Beasts. But it's weird, and I'm not sure how to feel about it. I don't buy many games brand new. Actually, World Box that I'm playing right now is one of the only games I've bought brand new in the past, I don't know, 5 to 10 years. Full price, rather. And so, I probably won't be playing it when it first comes out. Also, there was this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game from earlier this year, back in April, I believe it is, which remakes, basically, or rather remasters the TMNT 2012 arcade game into a PC and console format, which is pretty cool. I'm happy about that, because now, you used to have to go to, hell, I had to go to a resort upstate to play it, and didn't even get a chance to play it then, but I found it there. It's not around me at all, and so now I can buy it on Steam or Xbox or anything else, and play it whenever I want. That's very nice. It's very nice. So I'm a fan of that. And of course it's better graphics on this smaller screen and newer technology and everything. And of course they also added, 3 new stages and 6 new boss battles, I think it said. So I'm excited for that. Obviously it's already out and it's pretty well received across the board. But it's on my wish list. I plan to get it if it goes on super sale. 50% off or more is what I consider super sale. And yeah, we'll see how it plays and everything. So yeah, I have played the original arcade game, enjoy it very much. That leads into Shredder's Revenge, which I'll also touch on if you're interested, but let's get to these comments here. I understand your sentiment, but I personally really liked Aaron's issue. Number 1, I wouldn't say I was super in love with it, but I thought it was really cool. But it could be because I wasn't super into the previous run. I found it to be a little overcrowded at times. So just a cool story with Raph in prison was cool, even if albeit a bit silly and borderline nonsensical. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. If you were following it, I'm sure it's good. But I don't think it, in general, I don't think it should have been a number 1. Maybe a number 2. But yeah, not so good. Alright, see you, George. Thanks for popping in. And I'll get to your question even if you leave. You can watch it later. That's fine by me. Yeah, see you, man. Thanks for stopping in. So, yeah, how's life been treating me? It's rough. It's rough. Life's rough. But, it's not too bad. It's okay. A lot of things coming up in my personal life. And I'm just chugging along with the comic life. You know how that goes. But in general, I'm okay. Could be doing better. Could be making more money, getting that bag, but we'll see. Anyway, you're heading out. See ya. So, yeah, with, what was I saying with TMNT? There's Shredder's Revenge, but yeah, I don't think the number 1 that was presented is very good as a number 1. I just don't think it is. If you like it, I mean, I liked it. I thought it was 4 stars, but I don't think it's a very good number 1. So just, just depends on the person. And of course, like I said, I wasn't keeping up with it, so just depends. Let's go with that color. In wealth we shine. Is that what it's? Yes, in wealth we shine. What an odd phrase. It sounds like something that humans would come up with. But let's see how the zombie plague is doing. 400 out of the 18. So the zombies are coming back. Let's introduce them to the bubonic plague, shall we? That's a curse, but no. Where should be the patient 0? Here. Let's go with this war-torn city. There we go. See how many people are infected now. Still around the same amount. Let's do that just to add some madness to it. Let's add a monolith here. I don't even know what the monolith does. I think it's based on like the real world monolith sort of thing. But I wouldn't know. They destroy the brain? So this will attract zombies. That's not good. So Chu has been a city for a long time. So, and it's the central point of the map, so let's keep that. But let's say Huis has a golden brain. Let's see if we can get it overrun with zombies. Looks like it's working. Probably taking them away from Vues, though, so that's probably a good thing. And Ushovo is not doing so good. That's the capital of the Blue Holy Ochim, as I said it earlier. That's a good ratio there. One farmer, that's not so good. So yeah, it's been around, this city has been around for quite some time. Over 2,000 years. It's pretty impressive, honestly. But it's dwindling. It's dwindling because of zombies, it looks like. Let's see if we can lead them out of town. Doing some homework, that's totally fine. I hope I don't distract you. Oh, imagine your crops attack you. That's terrifying. All hail the King Emo of Iwuki. King Emo of Iwuki has been slain by a Tega. That's crazy. Oh, loving that. Yeah, if you guys have any questions or anything for me, just let me know and I'll answer them. I'm just playing a game right now. How long has Bud Run been around? Quite some time. This is a valley made by an earthquake that I did a while ago. Pretty cool. I love my little worlds. It's so fun to play God, it really is. I'm not sure how moral it is, but these people probably don't have souls, so it's fine. Let's help sculpt this land. It's been long enough, you know. Huh, there used to be a village here. Ah, and there is a village here. just destroying their roads. How nice of me. That's so cool. There's a village just along the border here. Maybe destroying their roads and their crops, but I am giving them fertile land, so... I may be mean, but at least I'm nice. Unis has been founded on the place that I just made. Cool. Unis Honest. It's consistently Age of Ash. Interesting, I set it to that. Everything looks so nice. So nice. Sorry, I've been meaning to talk, but I just got sidetracked and I'm just kind of tired. Yeah. Hey, if you want to go to bed, don't force me to keep you here. Gonna start a lot of wars here. I think we need more than a fourth of the population infected with the zombie virus. I do. There we go. Should be most people. No? Wow. Oh, well, there's very few people now. Compared to before. Stay till you finish the assignment. That's fine. Oh. Village was destroyed by zombies. Hopefully we can wipe out humanity once again. Not very many people infected, though. Interesting. I made more people infected, and the infection went down. I don't get that. But, you know, massive swarms of cities are being destroyed, so there is that. That could be a part of it. No, I'm never reading One Piece. That's not happening. Nope, sorry. I'm never reading One Piece. The One Piece is not real. I'm never reading it. Nope. The One Piece isn't real. Ushovo is dead. It's gone. The 2,000-year-old city will be disappearing very shortly. Fuez is only a few hundred years old. Yeah, most of these are only a few hundred years old. But the kingdom, Ochiv, will survive. If only in a few people. But it will. For at least a little while longer. I love destroying cultures. The One Piece is not real. It's not. Nope. Oh, well. Ochiv will not be surviving, actually. Unless... Oh, and Fuez has been destroyed. Oh, boy. Unless I can save it. That's a zombie. I will save you. $750 in that one city. Oh my god. They make up the massive population out of it. Yeah, I saved the oldest city. Yippee. That one's nearly that old. That one's half its age. Oh no, that may be... Luhansk may be the oldest city, because Choao is not. What if every single day I drip feed you One Piece page by page? Just one page a day. Posted on the League and at you. I will block you. I will block you. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not reading One Piece page by page, one page a day. I'm going to block you. Or mute you. One of the two. No. I have so many other things to read and I couldn't keep in line with it. I don't even like how it looks. I don't like the art style. I don't. Good. I'm glad you're joking. 'Cause I'm not. Yeah. Anyway. Oh man, they are 200 down. Ooh, that's not good. Yikes. Wow. Look at all those people fighting zombies. Bud Run. Bud Run is almost gone. Bud Run has been around for over 1,000 years. And it's almost destroyed. So many cities have been lost to the zombies. Look at this. Zombies prancing around like they own the place. He was born... Oh, not that long ago, actually. Okay. It's not very old. Most of the zombies aren't very old. Why are these so much bigger? I don't know. Little ones are older. Look at the number of deaths. Wow. 366,100. That's crazy. 1 million people have died from me either killing them or other means. Hey, Bud Run's making a comeback. Look how big it is. No army. So many houses. 5 out of 370. That's how many they can fit. 4 now. They're almost gone. 3. Oh? Taking over Chu. Ushovo has gotten it together. It's good. They're not struggling anymore. Oh man. Well, at least they're killing their enemies, I guess. Yeah, the infected has gone down under 100 people. So that's good. That's all for me tonight. Always a pleasure to chat. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you finished your homework. Have a good one. See you later. Oh, I haven't picked any. Well. Zero infected. Nice, we're doing good. The zombies, well, the infection, the plague is gone. So that's good. But yeah. Ooh, the explosions have expanded all the way down south. Interesting. From all the way up north and all the way west, east. No. There we go. Yeah, I think... Wow, look at that devastation. I think we need a cleansing here. Can you imagine the fallout that would do to actual reality? It's crazy. Nobody would be able to survive that in the whole world. Lava gone, obliterated. There's nothing left except for water. Well, the greens are almost gone. Almost wiped out, which is good. It's what they deserve. I don't like the greens. They're almost all zombies, if there's any left. And I think they just all died. No, there's zombies. I don't think the greens will be having any major effect on people anytime soon. Alright, I think I'll end the stream here, guys. Thank you, everyone, so much for watching. This one went a lot shorter than expected. But you know what? That's okay. Maybe I'll stream tomorrow, maybe I'll stream sometime soon.